Angola, after decades in the shadows, this proud African nation is finally finding its place in the sun. 2002 marked the end of a long civil war and the beginning of a rebirth for the country. Oil and diamond exports have transformed Angola into Africa's fastest-growing economy and placed this former Portuguese colony firmly on the world stage. Angola's national football team, the Black Antelopes, made the World Cup finals for the first time in 2006. Since then, football in this country has gone from strength to strength. As Angola gears up to host the 2010 African Cup of Nations, we asked 3 local personalities to show the sport traveler their home.
O futebol tem uma grande importância porque reúne pessoas, né?
Sim, é paraíso.
Parece como gosto de receber os seus convidados.
Matias Damasio is an Angolan musician with a passion for football. One of this country's most popular kizomba singers, he's released 2 hit albums and been named ambassador for the African Cup of Nations. Matias takes some time out of the studio to introduce the sport traveler to his hometown of Luanda. Matias was born and bred in Luanda, and this star of Angolan music is one of the capital city's success stories. Luanda was established by Portuguese colonists in the 16th century, and the city served as a link between Africa, Portugal, and Brazil. Angolans have an entrepreneurial spirit that can be seen just about everywhere. Traders take advantage of Luanda's slow-moving traffic to hawk their wares. You can pick up a rug, a set of new clothes, and even an electric razor without getting out of your car. Matias is heading out into the barrios on the edge of the city. During the Angolan Civil War, Luanda was flooded with refugees from the countryside. Many made the barrios their home, more than tripling the population of the city in just a few years. These bustling communities have been a successful recruiting ground for Luanda's football clubs, and Matias has come to meet the next generation of Angolan football heroes.
Hoje eu vim aqui com esse povo, com as crianças, jogar futebol. A importância porque reúne pessoas, né? Faz com que as pessoas se unam em prol de causas boas. Epa, os da minha parte com camisola, os da outra parte sem camisola. Sofremos 30 anos de guerra, mas apesar disso sente-se nas pessoas a vontade de crescer, a vontade de querer ser melhores, de quererem ultrapassar os problemas todos que nós tivemos em casa, porque eu também vivo num bairro, porque o bairro é união acima de tudo. E é futebol também. O futebol une as pessoas, com certeza. Estamos aqui unidos pelo futebol hoje.
Matias has a strong personal connection with his fans, and it's this, along with his twin loves of music and football, that make him a natural ambassador for the African Cup of Nations. Angolans need little excuse for a party, and tonight is no exception. Matias and his band are attracting big crowds on a tour of the country that's designed to help drum up support for the African Cup of Nations.
Oportunidade para eu mostrar aos meus conterrâneos o que eu ando a fazer pelo país todo. Venho aqui fazer mambo bom.
Matias recently held a press conference and pledged publicly to make the African Cup of Nations a theme in all his shows. He wants the event to be a huge success for Angola, and he's urging all his fans to attend the game. If there are 2 things guaranteed to make Matias emotional, it's music and football.
Não, mas não vou chorar, não vou chorar. Grandes mundos.
A recent silver medal in the African Casafa Cup has pushed Angolan women's football into the spotlight, and Irene Gonçalves is one of the sport's rising stars. With a passion for seafood, Irene wants to show the sport traveller her favourite island retreat. When the heat and the bustle of the city become too much, Luanda's rich and famous take to the water. The Bay of Luanda has buzzed with activity for centuries, and though the Portuguese tall ships have long gone, Angola's recent growth has seen them replaced by a fleet of private yachts. Irene's heading to one of Angola's most popular island getaways, just 10 kilometers south of Luanda. Masulo Island is a 50-kilometer strip of sand that separates the waters of the Baía de Corimba from the Atlantic Ocean. Its unique geography makes it ideal for sport fishing and the source of some of the best seafood in southern Africa.
Deixamos pouco a confusão, a movimentação de Luanda. Agora estamos aqui na ilha do Masulo, um lugar mais calmo. Eu gosto de vir olhar o mar, conversar com os amigos, passear mesmo, normalmente. E agora vamos esparecer pouco nessa calma do Masulo.
Seafood is the cornerstone of Angolan cuisine.
Cozinhar para hoje.
Temos carne de lagosta e fizemos peixe grelhado.
The Masulo Island restaurants draw people in with an offer of lobster that's come straight out of the sea and onto the plate. Angola's colonial history has influenced many of its seafood dishes. Portuguese spices are often used to marinate and coat the fresh fish. Despite Masulo's popularity, there are no paved roads on the island, and the fastest way to get around is to take a quad bike along the ocean's edge. Masulo Island is increasingly popular for world-class sport fishing, and the Atlantic sailfish and blue marlin caught here have set world records for size. For some, it's business as usual. Local fishermen can still be found working these waters with nets, the same way it's been done for centuries.
Estou numa área diariamente.
Há muitos peixes aqui.
Há peixe que passa mesmo, também baleia passa também aqui, tubarão também passa aqui.
Baleia, tubarão.
Mas há peixe de qualidade também. Mais quantidade de peixe que passa aqui neste meio.
Mas gosta desse trabalho? Sim. Pescador?
Sim.
E tem aparecido muita gente aqui nesta praia?
Tem, mas há pescadores mas aqui à frente.
Before heading back to Luanda, Irene gets to show the locals why the Angolan women's football team is so successful.
Sim, é paraíso. A calma que na cidade não tem. Dificilmente a gente encontra essa calma. Acabou com ela.
Fabrice Albaciedes Mieko is the most famous footballer in Angola. Known as Aqua to his fans, he scored the most important goal in this country's football history, qualifying Angola for its first ever World Cup appearance in 2006. Aqua's a true national hero and the sport traveller's guide to the city of Benguela. Benguela is Angola's second most important city and the self-proclaimed cultural capital. Nestled on the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, it's a city surrounded by yellow sand beaches. Benguela is going football mad and putting the finishing touches on a brand new stadium, getting ready to lay out the red carpet for the African Cup of Nations. Aqua's heading for Praia Morena. This stretch of city beach is Benguela's unofficial meeting point and a place of personal significance to Aqua.
Sinto saudade da praia, né? Mas muito mais saudade mesmo das peladas que nós normalmente fazíamos na praia, né? Todos os domingos. É algo que também, querendo ou não, teve uma influência positiva na minha carreira.
The beach is home to Benguela's Capoeira Club, one of the strongest in Angola.
A capoeira é um desporto que requer a dança.
Capoeira is part dance, part martial art, and is practiced widely in both Angola and Brazil.
É algo que eu sempre disse que eu gostaria de aprender.
The Angolan variety of capoeira is famous for its low movements and the importance of music. The musicians form a roda or circle and play traditional instruments such as the berimbas, made from a wooden bow and steel string. Participants wait their turn before stepping into the center of the roda and mounting a challenge. Along with the traditional capoeira, the Praia Morena also plays host to some more extreme sports.
Gosto de esportes radicais, né? Temos o jet ski, desporto também, embora meio arriscado.
Benguela's waters are the scene of regular jet ski races, and they never fail to draw a crowd. Aqua and his friends join the crowd to cheer on a local favorite. Competition is friendly, but extremely fierce. Riders race to complete 10 laps of a course marked out by boys and be the first one past the checkered flag.
É uma cidade que, em termos de desporto, estamos bem servidos, só precisa-se de apostar um pouco mais.
Angola has risen from the ashes of civil war and is quickly realizing its potential as a travel destination of the future. With spectacular landscapes and a gracious people, it's a country on the up and up. For the last word, we hand over to Matthias and a song he wrote especially for his homeland.
Vou contar-vos a história de povo que tem tudo para subir de novo. Vou falar-vos da velha coragem, sacrifícios e muitas viagens. Vou falar do soldado tombado, anonando o sorriso rasgado, do candengue que sofreu calado e do povo que estava cansado. Vou falar desta terra de glórias, nossa Angola, de muitas memórias. Vou falar de povo que quis, finalmente agora feliz. Vou mostrar-vos uma nova terra, agora sem guerra. Angola.